We go back to Hollywood, home of peace and tolerance. Variety magazine had nothing but loving and kind words to say about actor-director Rob Reiner after he was sadly killed earlier this year.
It's true.
During a tribute at the Academy Awards.
It's true.
By the way, that same Rob Reiner who hated the president's guts
Hold up.
and wished death upon him.
Wait a minute.
Also had loving and kind words to say about actor, martial artist, and pop icon Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
After he passed away this past Friday at the age of 86.
That's fucked up, man.
And if you believe that, I've got a bridge back in Brooklyn I could sell you for $1. I'm Jasper Gonzo, and this, the media couldn't wait to shit on his grave.
Sheer fucking hubris.
So stunning, so brave, so mental.
Fuck you.
But it's what's next.
It's time.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jasper Gonzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Tuesday. Well, I'm doing a redo of sorts. I had a video all set to go. It was, baked, fresh ingredients, came fresh out of the oven just for you. And, but after further review, there's a flag on the play. And, yeah, I'm going to redo it. What am I talking about? Well, it was about Variety magazine. Now, for those who don't know, Variety magazine is the leftist magazine for Hollywood. Yes, they are, they do all things Hollywood, all the ass kissing and elbow rubbing and back patting and ass patting and whatever patting you want. But that's what they do. So, compare and contrast. Variety magazine did 2 articles. One on the late Rob Reiner, after the ceremony at the 26 Oscars. Sorry about that. Couldn't get that out for a second. And then, of course, a tribute to the immortal one, Chuck Norris, who passed away at the age of 86 this past Friday. And, of course, adorned by millions of fans from around the world. Got adorations, got thank yous, blessings from around the world, from fans, those closest to him, family, and what have you. Well, Variety magazine had nothing but lovely and kind words about Rob Reiner, after the tribute. Also had nothing but lovely and kind words for Chuck Norris after his passing. No, not really. Hypocrisy raises its ugly head, again, because it is Hollywood. So we're going to compare the two, but also Rob Reiner had nothing but lovely and kind words to say about President Donald Trump. Hated the ground he walked on, hated his guts, and wished death upon him. No lie. But those will be my thoughts. And here we go. This, coming out of Variety. Chuck Norris was a great action star, but politics may have overshadowed his legacy. What? Quote, "You're nothing but a chicken-shit weasel who thrives on the misery of others, and when death calls, you'll be screaming like a baby." Chuck Norris delivers this incredibly badass line to bad guy Ramon Cota, Billy Drago, near the end of 1990's Delta Force 2, The Colombian Connection. His combination of great quips, big kicks, glistening muscles, huge guns, and tight jeans made Norris, who died Thursday at the age of 86, the all-American archetype of the muscle action star. While many of his contemporaries, Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Van Damme, Seagal, let's take Seagal out of there, seem larger than life with big accents and hulking frames, again, let's take Seagal out of there. Norris felt commissioned by the military to prove what a good, strong man he was. The character was solidified by Norris's indelible run in the 70s and 80s movies. After his big screen debut, getting killed, he did, but he lost to Bruce Lee in 1972, The Way of the Dragon. The 1978 film Good Guys Wear Black, where he was his first starring role. This led to a run of films where Norris would play some type of ex-military expert who has to take all the law in his hands, and cemented Norris as an in-house star for Cannon Films, relatively low-budget, morally simplistic action films. So let's slam the company he worked for just because. Okay. The structure was established early. An all-American loner has to gun down outsiders who threaten his way of life or go to another country to make sure justice is done. In one, he's a Texas Ranger taking down drug dealer in 83's Lone Wolf McQuade, which a lot of people feel that is his best film. I definitely put in his top 3, which inspired Norris' series Walker, Texas Ranger. In others, he escaped POW who goes back to Vietnam to save more men in 1984's Missing in Action, kind of reminds you of a certain, Stallone movie, which spawned 2 more sequels. Also, a Chicago cop who engages with gang civil war in 1985's Code of Silence. Again, one of my top 3. A special ops agent who has sort of plane hijacking in 1986's The Delta Force, which also launched 2 more sequels. In nearly every Norris movie, he's muscling into a foreign land or other community, kicking a bunch of ass, completing a mission, and hitting the road, or neutralizing the new threat that came into his town. The pattern works so well that it inspired a shift of other 80 films. Can you imagine the jump of Stallone's mediative 1982 film First Blood to 1985's gun-fetishing Rambo First Blood Part 2 existing without the Norris blueprint? I loved them both, so it didn't matter to me. Things shifted in 1993 when Norris took on the title role of CBS's drama Walker, Texas Ranger, a modern western about a lawman who always does what's right, even if he doesn't have a warrant, or quick to just kill the bad guys. I see no issues. And listen, no one wants to watch a procedural with a big focus on doing things the right way or having to pause any action to get paperwork approved by a local judge. But the black and white, right and wrong simplicity of Walker is a cop agenda nonetheless. Again, I see no issues because there are issues that are just simply black and white and there is no gray. Excuse me. Norris's Cordell Walker was never wrong and always had a strong moral to share along the way. Bad guys were only bad, good guys were only good, and that's that. But Norris was undeniable in the role. His great outfits and smile lighting up every room he steps in. The folksy wisdom that unhurried pace is a warm blanket that comforted audiences all through the 90s, but is a milquetoast, charming version of a lawmaker who lives by his own code, even more insidious than a modern anti-hero. Really? No. Was Norris a brilliant athlete and top shelf star? Absolutely. But there is no denying that his roles were part of a body of work that used to show American strength, might, and pernicious attraction to taking the law into one's own hands. Again, I see no issues. Something that seems less fun in a year in which our country is funneling money into bombing Iran, ICE agents are acting like one-man militias, giving our nation's diversity and morality. Information literacy and overall sense of reality, it's easier to see Norris's characters as justification for a fringe conspiracy movement rather than a moral standing. When patriotism and laws shift away from the Constitution, what side does the gunslinger land on? While Hollywood takes endless shots for being too liberal, left-leaning, facts. It's short-sighted criticism considering the industry's decades of glorifying American military strength. Ultimately, genre fans can appreciate Norris's larger-than-life marquee figure. But it's a unique twist on separating the art from the artist. When a star is a poster boy for the American exceptionalism and might, at one point does his legacy transition from escapism to dangerous propaganda. As a lifelong fan of Norris, are you sure about that? Are you sure? Okay. It brings me no joy considering the messaging of his work as a whole. It'll be a lot more fun to shut off my brain and enjoy these sturdy action classics. But it gives me hope for the future, where outrageous law enforcement is a one-man militias or fantasy in a world only seen on a VHS tape of 1985's Invasion USA. Then we can say, be thankful, it's just a movie. So we go from that to this, real quick. Also from Variety. Billy Crystal delivers emotional Rob Reiner tribute at the Oscars, is joined by Meg Ryan, Kathy Bates, Demi Moore, Jerry O'Connell Moore. What fun we had. So we go from warm and kind words for Rob Reiner to I hate your guts, Donald Trump. Rob Reiner's most explosive Donald Trump takes on political statements before his tragic death. And Rob Reiner said normalizing Donald Trump was a disgrace. He's a moron. He's a disgrace. He's a racist. The most unqualified human being to ever assume the presidency of the United States. He's mentally unfit, committed treason, criminal. He must be indicted, con man, and so on and so on and so on. My thoughts. I'm going to cut this down a little bit. But so basically, instead of just putting out a tribute of his movies, his television appearances, from where he started, his history in the military to how he learned, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Korea, all the way up until his passing. No, let's not do that. Let's not put out a simple tribute to a great actor, a great American. No, we can't do that. Literally just got buried. The grave is not, the grave is not even been filled, and you shit on the man's career. You wasted no time shitting on his grave, slamming his content. But I'm a lifelong Chuck Norris fan. But it hurts me to call this out because I'm just calling out my truth. No, you're an idiot because it's so stunning and so brave. And yes, it is so fucking mental. The man was 86 years old. He lived an incredible life and he did it his way. He was nothing but loved from not just across the country, from around the world. Now, you could probably say that about Rob Reiner as well. You know, actor, director, producer, and all his movie credits to him. So I give him his props. But the fact of the matter is that he was not a fan of this country. He was not a fan of the president. No matter what you think, you know, that's fine. Okay. But at the same time, if you're going to do one, you must do the other. But no. This is Hollywood. It's only one side, and that's the leftist side, and they don't give about anybody unless it's themselves. That's what they do. So at the end of the day, it's no surprise that Variety would do a hit piece on an icon. It's just a fucking joke. Absolute fucking joke. But then again, no surprises. But that's just me. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Borganzo. This is what's next. Want to see more like this, please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.